Okay, so this section is dedicated to risk management, right? Now, you are getting into Forex. Forex, it's a it's a venture that can swallow people alive, right? A lot of people that go into Forex within a few months, they quit, right? And why do they quit? Basically, usually you never get to hear the full story, right? You just hear that for that Forex thing, I beg, leave that thing as scam, Jerry. I just lose money, I'm just losing money, I keep losing money. That's the complaint you hear, right? But you don't get to hear the full story because there's a lot to it, right? There's a lot to Forex, and there being a lot to Forex, one of the most important things in Forex to survive, right? To survive and not quit early is risk management, right? Because without learning and understanding proper risk management, you have the tendency to lose money. You will lose money, and not just lose little money, you will lose a lot of money. Yes, you will lose a lot of money because a lot of people go into Forex and handle it the same way they will handle gambling, right? And of course, that is a very easy way to fail, right? It's a very easy way to fail. Now, remember when we were talking about Forex terminologies, right? We mentioned leverage. Leverage is something that enables you to trade position sizes that are way bigger than what you could have traded, right? So it enables your broker to lend you money, sort of, to trade, right? So you're able to open position sizes that are way bigger than the capital you have. Now, the thing about leverage is that, like I said way back then when we explained that, it is a double-edged sword in the sense that it helps you trade. It helps you trade like positions bigger than your capital, right? So it helps you get more profit than you could have gotten if you were trading with just a capital, of course. And it helps you trade on a market that trades high volumes, right? With your little capital, you can participate in a market that trades high volumes, right? It is only leverage that makes that possible. Yes, it's leverage that makes that possible. So those are the good sides of leverage, right? Those are the good sides. The bad side is if you don't apply it correctly, if you don't use leveraging correctly, right, it has a tendency to lose you money and be a losing trader, right? It has a tendency to lose you money. Now, when you start out, when you are creating an account, right, I would advise at this stage, try not to select any leverage higher than 1 to 100, right? In fact, 1 to 100, I don't know what you want to do with that right now. Probably just stick with 1 to 50. For a beginner, just stick with 1 to 50 leverage, or at most 1 to 100. Why do I say so? Now, when you select very high leverage, right? Say like 1 to 500, 1 to 1000. Now, the thing is, you think, okay, wow, interesting. I have this $10 account. Now I have a leverage of 1 to 500. That means that I can trade up to $5,000. I can trade as if I have $5,000 in my account. Wow, that's lovely. But what you don't realize is that by the time you open a $10 account, right, and you choose a leverage of 1:500, right, that means you can open position sizes 500 times bigger than what you have in your account. That means you can open as much as what a $5,000 account can open, right? Now, $5,000 is basically 5 micro lots, right? So you can open 5 micro lots. Now say, okay, yeah, you want to, let me quickly double my money. Let me multiply my money now with that $10 account, right? You probably open a position and say you want to open, say you want to buy Euro USD, for example, and you buy and your stop loss is, say 30 pips away. Let's say your stop loss is 30 pips away, right? That means that, okay, your stop loss is 30 pips away, and say you actually open 5 micro lots like you wanted to open, right? You actually open 5 micro lots. Now, 1 micro lot is 10 cents per pip, right? 5 micro lots is going to be what? 50 cents per pip, right? 50 cents per pip. Now, what that means is you have a 30 pip stop loss, right? Now, let's say you have a 30 pip take profit as well, right? 30 pip stop loss, 30 pip take profit, right? Now, if that trade goes your way and it eats your take profit 30 pips, right? What is going to happen is that your pip value, which is 50 cents per pip, right? That is going to give you 50 times 30, right? That's 1,500 cents. 1,500 cents is equivalent to $15, right? It is equivalent to $15. So your account is going to grow by $15. So that $10 account you have is going to become $25, right? You will look and say, wow, $10, $25. I've already more than doubled my money now. Pretty interesting, right? Pretty fun, right? Wow, what an easy way to make money. So easy to make money. But you're not thinking about the other direction too, right? If it goes the other way, and it eats your stop loss, 30 pips, same calculation, 30 pips multiplied by 50 cents, right? That's 1,500 cents. That is $15 you are losing. Now you have $10 in your account. You'll now be wondering, how can I lose $15? Oh yes, you can lose $15. You will lose the $10 in your account and you will be owing your broker $5. Yes, you can. You can lose more than what is in your account. That is exactly what over leveraging can do to you. That is exactly what over leveraging can do to you, right? So you want to avoid over leveraging. Just pick a small leverage. Pick a small leverage as a beginner. Pick a small leverage while you are still grappling with the basic concept of Forex. Choose a small leverage, 1 to 50. At the most 1 to 100, but 1 to 50 is fine at this stage. Just stick with that. It is a killer. That is what makes a lot of people quit Forex, right? Stick to a small leverage. I know the temptation is there that the bigger the leverage, the more money you make. There's that temptation, but that's exactly why most people quit Forex, right? Now, your risk, right? Your risk. When you are opening any trade, it is advised that you do not risk more than 1% of your account. As a beginner, try not to risk more than 1% of your account on any trade. What am I saying? If you have a $100 account, for example, you open and you have a $100 account, right? And you want to open a trade. Say, for example, you want to buy dollar yen. You want to buy dollar yen, right? That trade, you do not risk more than 1% of your account on that trade. 1% of a $100 account is $1. So that means that on that trade, if the trade does not go your way, it goes in the other direction, right? You should not be losing more than $1 on that trade. You should not be losing more than $1 on that trade. That is what that risk means. Calculating your risk means. Now, I will be showing you in the next video. I'll be showing you a Forex calculator that you can easily use to do this, right? To calculate your risk, your position size, your stop loss, and your take profit. It makes things easy. It just makes things easy for you as a beginner, right? Now, don't risk more than 1% of your account on any trade for any reason whatsoever. Don't ever do it. Don't risk more than 1% of your account on any trade. When you gain more experience and you are more consistent as a Forex trader, then you can move on to 2%. When you gain more experience and you are even more consistent, then you can probably move on to 3%. But at this point, you don't take more than 1% risk on any trade. You don't take more than 1% risk on any trade, right? Yes, like I said, I'll be showing you position size calculation on a Forex calculator that I use. Now, never open any position without a stop loss. There are Forex traders there are people that start Forex and they open positions, they open trades, and they do not put a stop loss. This is absolutely unacceptable. It is totally unacceptable. It is totally irresponsible. Because if you do not put a stop loss, you are basically saying that you are the one in control of the market. That's what you are saying, because you are so sure that price cannot go in the other direction. And not just that price can go in the other direction. Price can go in the other direction. It can go there fast, and it can go there so well. And it might not come back in the direction you intend it to come back anytime soon. So you leaving your trade without a stop loss is just setting up yourself for failure. You can lose your entire account before price starts coming back your way. Yes, that is very possible. You can lose your entire account, your entire capital. You can lose everything before price starts coming back your way. So always set a stop loss based on your risk. Always set a stop loss based on your risk. It is very, very important, right? Now, I wrote beware of correlated pairs, right? In future courses that I'll be bringing up, right? I'll be talking a lot about a lot of things. Like I said, it's going to be a very, very huge course, right? I'll be talking about a lot of things. One of them is correlated pairs, right? So what do I mean by correlated pairs? Say, for example, the pound yen, GBP, JPY, right? The pound yen and the pound Aussie, right? GBP AUD, right? They are correlated pairs. Why are they correlated pairs? Correlated pairs are pairs that either move in the same direction or in exact opposite direction, right? It means that while one is moving in one direction, the other one is moving in that same direction, almost in a similar fashion, right? Or one is moving in one direction and the other one is moving in the opposite direction, almost in a similar fashion, right? So correlated pairs examples will be pound yen and pound Aussie, for example. So if you look at the charts, right? If you look at the charts, you will notice that there are some pairs that move very much alike, right? If you just take your time to zoom out and look at the charts, go to trading view, look at the charts for pound yen, look at the charts for pound Aussie, pound Kiwi, and quite a number of pairs containing the pound, right? You will notice that the charts are quite similar, maybe not exactly the same, but quite similar in the movement, right? So those are correlated pairs, right? And it's not just limited to the pound. It happens with the euro. It happens with any pair you can basically think of. Some pairs are more correlated than the others. Like I said, it's a topic that I'll be touching on in a future course, right? So what you just need to understand for now is that those pairs, right? When you have correlated pairs like that, those pairs are moving in the same direction. They are moving the same way. They are moving alike, right? So when you open multiple trades of those correlated pairs, you are basically increasing your risk, right? So say for example, you open a trade on pound yen, open pound Aussie, open pound Kiwi, open euro pound, open everything like that. You're increasing your exposure on the pound, right? So say for example, something now happens to the pound and it influences the price of the pound, and the pound, probably you were selling the pound, you sold pound Kiwi, you sold pound Aussie, sold pound yen, right? Let's say a major news event now occurs, something now happens, and the pound now begins to appreciate in value. What happens? Not only will you lose that pound yen trade, you'll also lose the pound Aussie trade, you also lose the pound Kiwi trade, you also lose the euro pound trade. So across board, you're going to lose all those trades because you put all your eggs in one basket. Exactly. That is what correlated pairs are. If you trade multiple correlated pairs at the same time, you are increasing your risk and you are putting all your eggs in one basket. So that is one thing to look out for. Now, on a final note, know that higher time frames equals higher probability trades. By the time you start this trading journey, you will realize that some things excite you more than the others, right? Of course, that's normal, right? You want to trade the 5 minutes time frame, 15 minutes time frame. You want to make sharp money. Sharply open this thing, quickly open this thing and close it, open this thing and close it, open this thing and close it, make money. But, well, there are people that do that for their Forex career. There are people that they are called scalpers. It's scalping, right? Scalping. You can scalp, no problem, but it's not my style. For example, personally, I don't scalp. It's not my style, right? Trading small time frames is not my style because I realize that the higher the time frame, right, the higher the probability of your trade, right, the higher the chances of your trade succeeding. Smaller time frames, the probability of your trade succeeding is lower because with smaller time frames, you have more fluctuations in price, right? Smaller time frames do not have stability to provide you sustainable profit, right? But the higher the time frame, the more probable the trade is, right? So it's all in your hands if you want to trade smaller time frames. Most people want to trade smaller time frames. There's nothing wrong with that, but just bear in mind that the higher the time frame, the higher the probability of your trade, right? So that's risk management in a nutshell, so to say. Yes, I know it's long, but it's a nutshell still. Yes.